Over 60? If nighttime leg cramps or wobbly legs slow you down, this will help. I'm your doctor guide today, and we're going to calm those cramps and build strength using 3 foods backed by solid research, plus a few gentle moves. Leg cramps and weaker muscles become more common with age because we naturally lose some muscle and nerve efficiency, but the right fuel and routine can change that. On screen, goal today: fewer cramps, stronger legs. You'll hear simple, safe steps grounded in guidance from the NIH, NIA, and CDC, not internet myths. My promise: clear choices you can start at your next meal, and progress you can feel. Quick starter actions right now. Sip a glass of water, set a comfortable chair nearby for support, and keep a small notebook to track cramp nights. Educational, not medical advice. Why does this show up after 60? Here's the short answer. Your muscles and nerves change with age. We naturally lose muscle mass and strength, a process called sarcopenia, which can make calves feel tighter and more cramp-prone, especially at night. Think of sarcopenia as your muscle bank account, slowly shrinking. The good news is, deposits are still possible. Research from the National Institute on Aging explains that sarcopenia is a decline in muscle mass, strength, and function, but it responds to smart training and nutrition. Staying active matters because your circulation, balance systems, and tendon flexibility also change over time. The CDC's physical activity guidelines for older adults recommend at least 150 minutes a week of moderate activity plus 2 days of muscle strengthening and balance work. This level helps legs pump blood better and keeps nerves responsive. Strong evidence shows resistance exercise improves strength and function in older adults, and a 2024 randomized follow-up found that 1 year of heavy resistance training at retirement age helped preserve leg strength for up to 4 years. Hydration also plays a role. Older adults are more vulnerable to dehydration, which can aggravate cramping, so regular fluids are protective. Finally, about magic fixes. Studies suggest popular magnesium supplements often don't reduce idiopathic night cramps in older adults. So we'll focus on foods and habits with broader benefits. Food plus gentle, regular moves work together to calm overly excitable muscles, restore strength, and cut cramp nights. Let's start with your plate, because small swaps can bring real relief. First, food. A baked potato with the skin. Your calves fire better when potassium is steady. And potassium is the spark that helps muscles contract and nerves signal. A medium baked potato with skin is one of the richest everyday sources, and it beats most sports drinks for the price. If you prefer lighter options, a cup of cooked spinach or beans works too. Research from the NIH's Office of Dietary Supplements explains that potassium supports muscle contraction and nerve transmission, and USDA data show potatoes, leafy greens, and beans sit near the top of food sources. If you take ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or have kidney disease, check with your clinician before boosting potassium. Second food, plain Greek yogurt. It's a powerful combo of protein for muscle repair and calcium for normal muscle contraction. Studies suggest older adults do best when protein is spread across the day, aiming for roughly 25-30 grams per meal. The Prod Age Position paper recommends around 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight daily. Higher if you're ill or very active. Greek yogurt makes that easy at breakfast or as an evening snack that won't spike blood sugar if you choose the unsweetened kind. Calcium also helps muscles shorten and relax properly, which can ease cranky calves. And NIH guidance highlights calcium's role in muscle and nerve function. If you're lactose sensitive, try lactose-free yogurt or fortified soy yogurt. Third food, pumpkin seeds. A small handful delivers magnesium, a mineral involved in hundreds of reactions, including muscle relaxation. Low magnesium can show up as twitching or cramps. The NIH notes that deficiency can trigger muscle contractions and cramps. I prefer food first because high-dose magnesium supplements often upset the stomach and, importantly, High-quality reviews find they usually don't prevent idiopathic night cramps in older adults. A tablespoon or two of roasted pumpkin seeds stirred into yogurt or sprinkled on salads is a gentle, tasty way to raise intake. Now, two quiet heroes: fluids and sodium awareness. With age, thirst cues get softer, so you may not drink enough by evening, and that can aggravate cramps. A simple rule is a glass of water with each meal and one in the early evening, unless your clinician limits fluids. NIA advises older adults to drink enough so you need to urinate every few hours. On the flip side, heavy sodium at dinner, think salty soups, processed meats, or pickles, can pull water around and leave you feeling cramp-prone overnight. Federal guidance recommends keeping sodium under 2,300 milligrams per day. Your heart and legs both benefit. Here's how this looks in real life. Jane, 67, had nightly calf cramps. We added one medium baked potato with skin at lunch twice a week, swapped her sweetened yogurt for 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt most days, and sprinkled a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds on afternoon fruit. She kept a water bottle by her recliner and chose lower sodium soup. Within 4 weeks, her cramp nights dropped from 5 per week to 2. That's one person, not a clinical trial, but it shows how consistent food-first choices can help. If you use diuretics or have kidney or heart disease, personalize these steps with your doctor. Your simple actions today: add 1 potassium-rich side at lunch, have a cup of plain Greek yogurt to reach your protein target, and include a small handful of pumpkin seeds. Pair this with a glass of water at each meal and choose a lower sodium dinner. Keep notes tonight on cramp frequency and how your legs feel in the morning. Now, let's move together. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair so one hand can rest lightly for balance. Start with a gentle warm-up. Sit tall, roll one ankle, 10 slow circles each way, then the other. Stand and march in place for about a minute, swinging the arms softly, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. This wakes up your calf pump and improves circulation so muscles get oxygen before we ask them to work. If you use a cane or walker, keep it within reach and take your time. If you feel dizzy, stop, sit, and sip water. Seated heel raises come first because strong calves calm cramp-prone legs. Sit toward the front of your chair, feet under knees, then lift both heels high and lower with control. Aim for 10 to 15 smooth reps. Rest and repeat once more. Easier version: lift one heel at a time. Harder: place a folded towel over your thighs for light resistance. You'll feel a warm, steady burn in the lower calves, exactly where night cramps bite, without stressing the knees. Balance this with relaxed breaths so the ankle muscles learn to contract and then fully let go between reps. Next is sit to stand, the everyday strength move that makes stairs and chairs easier. Place feet shoulder width, hinge forward a little, press through your heels, and stand tall. Lower with control, as if reaching for the chair with your hips. Do 8 to 12 repetitions. Rest, then another set. If knees protest, use the armrests or a cushion to raise the seat and work a half range pain-free. If it's too easy, cross your arms or hold a light bag. Research shows that muscle strengthening work 2 days each week helps older adults keep function, balance, and confidence, and it's part of national guidelines alongside aerobic and balance activity. Slide to the wall for a quarter wall squat hold. Stand with your back to the wall, feet a step forward, then bend the knees slightly as if sitting just a few inches. Hold 10 to 20 seconds, keeping knees over toes and weight in the heels. Then stand and shake out. Repeat 2 or 3 times. Easier: shorten the bend or hold for 5 seconds. Harder: add 5 seconds per week if pain-free. This is enough to train your thigh muscles without joint strain. If your knees feel sharp pain, stop and switch to more sit-to-stands instead. For hip strength and steadier walking, face the counter and do standing hip abductions. Gently kick one leg out to the side without leaning. Pause and return. 10 reps each side, 2 rounds. If the outer hip cramps, reduce range and slow down. Add step taps for coordination. Tap one foot to a low step or thick book. Change feet rhythmically for 30 to 60 seconds. These small, controlled moves teach your hips and ankles to share the load, which helps quiet overactive calves. The National Institute on Aging highlights combining strength with balance. Work for better daily mobility, exactly what you're doing here. Now, 2 balance drills, always with fingertip support first. Try a heel-to-toe walk along the counter, placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the other for 6 to 10 steps. Then turn safely and return. Follow with a gentle single-leg stand. Lift one foot an inch. Hold 5 to 10 seconds. Switch sides and repeat. If you wobble, keep 2 fingers on the counter. Programs that mix strength and balance reduce falls and injury risk in older adults. Classic randomized trials show fewer falls when people practice these targeted home exercises consistently. Finish with a stretch to tell muscles it's time to relax. For the calf, face the wall, 1 foot back, heel down, knee straight, lean until you feel a steady pull, and hold 20 to 30 seconds. Then, switch. For the hamstring, sit tall. Extend one leg with the heel on the floor. Hinge forward from the hips until you feel a gentle stretch behind the thigh. Hold, then change legs. Go easy, breathe slow, and never bounce. As a rule, stop for sharp pain, numbness, or chest pressure, and check with your clinician if you have severe knee or hip arthritis, recent surgery, or new neurologic symptoms. Aim to do this routine 2 or more non-consecutive days per week alongside your walking, matching the federal guidance for older adults to include strength and balance regularly. Add 1 rep or 5 seconds each week if pain-free. Here's your simple 7-day plan, designed to be gentle, steady, and doable. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, repeat the short routine you learned. A minute of warm-up, seated heel raises, sit to stands, a light wall squat hold, hip abductions for side hip support, then 2 brief balance drills, and a calf stretch. Keep it around 10-15 minutes and stop at comfortable effort. This meets the national guidance to include strength and balance. Work on at least 2 days each week and counts toward the weekly activity target. On Tuesday and Thursday, take a 15 to 20-minute brisk walk or choose gentle cycling, laps in the hallway, or a short dance at home. These minutes build toward the recommended 150 minutes of moderate activity per week, and you can split them into shorter bouts if that's easier on your joints. Over the weekend, stay lightly active with something you enjoy: gardening, an easy stroll with a friend, or Tai Chi in the living room. Programs that weave strength and balance into weekly life help older adults cut fall risk in randomized trials, which means safer, steadier legs over time. Keep your fueling simple. With each meal, sip a glass of water unless your clinician limits fluids, and place a water bottle where you sit in the evening. Older adults often feel thirst less strongly, so a visual cue helps you stay ahead of cramps. Aim for 1 potassium-rich side at lunch, a cup of plain Greek yogurt most days, and a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds for a food-first boost. Track 2 numbers this week so you can see progress. How many sit-to-stands you do in 30 seconds, and how many nights include cramps. Write them down today. Repeat the same checks next week, and celebrate even small gains. If pain sharpens, swelling worsens, or dizziness appears, stop and check with your clinician before continuing. You've got this. For the next 2 weeks, keep it simple and steady. Do the short strength and balance routine on 3 days. Get in 2 light cardio days you enjoy, and keep your plate focused on potassium-rich sides, plain Greek yogurt, and a small handful of pumpkin seeds. Track 2 numbers so we can celebrate progress together. Your 30-second sit-to-stand total and your cramp nights per week. Drop those 2 numbers in the comments today. Then come back in 14 days and post your updates. Your story will help someone your age feel less alone. If a move hurts sharply, skip it. If you have heart, kidney, or nerve problems, personalize with your clinician. Don't skip the warm-up, sip water with meals, and listen to your body. If this helped, tap subscribe and the bell, and watch my balance and footwear guide next. Educational, not medical advice.